If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It'll give you a small sense of pride and it'll encourage you to do another task and another and another. By the end of the day, one task completed will turn into many tasks completed. Making your bed will reinforce that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the small things right, you will never do the big things right. Hey guys! So today we'll talk about a book about the military. It's written by a guy named William McRaven. He is in the Navy SEALs and he spent most of his career there. So yeah, I learned a bunch about this person. It's called Make Your Bed. So essentially it talks in the first part about the importance of making your bed and completing the first task of the day. And it kind of sets the tone for the entire rest of the day. And even if you have a terrible day.
There's also talk of some of the Global Dine portfolio documents being subpoenaed, specifically those of...
If nothing went your way, at the end of the day you're going to have a clean bed that you can go and rest to. So it was a lot of fun reading this book. And it talks about a lot of stories from the Navy SEALs. One of them is how life is just not fair sometimes. And they have this thing where you get turned into a sugar cookie if you kind of mess up in any way, which you eventually will during this training as they picture it. But what you do is pretty much you go into the sand and kind of go into the water first, into the ocean, get out, and when you're all wet, you kind of roll in the sand, roll around until you're covered in sand, and then you continue the training throughout the day, just covered in sand. It sounds super uncomfortable, and that's what it's supposed to do for you, to kind of get you to quit, get some people to quit. He talks about how 150 people started the program and only 33 graduated as Navy SEALs. So a lot of people quit, most of them, but the ones that stick with it actually end up graduating and becoming Navy SEALs. The other thing I learned from this book is something called the circus. And so when they're training, and if you get behind in some exercise, let's say he talks about swimming. So if in swimming you are the slowest guy, you make this list called the circus. And once you're in this list, you have to do 2 hours of extra training in the evenings. And pretty much it's kind of that spiral where you train 2 extra hours in the evening, then the next day you're gonna be tired. You're not gonna be able to complete your exercises, so you make the list again and again and again. But the thing is, after a few weeks, he started noticing that he was stronger. And he started getting faster than his peers and others, and he was actually just better in better physical shape than everybody else after a while. So it wasn't so bad to just put in the extra work and get stronger. He talks about how eventually you'll mess up. Eventually you'll make the circus list and you're gonna fail. And just take that as a learning experience and just grow from it, which is, I think, a great attitude from William. And then the last part I want to talk about is called the standing up to the bullies. So he fought against Saddam Hussein in Afghanistan. I don't have like a strong opinion on the war, but I do think it requires a lot of courage to stand up against bullies, and you shouldn't put up with them. Like it requires somebody with a lot of heart to just kind of change how things work. And that's what I respect about him, that he's had the courage to become a Navy SEAL, stand up against the dictatorship that Saddam Hussein had in Afghanistan. If you want to change things, you gotta stand up for a cause and for what you believe is what's right. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Check it out. This is the cover. Thank you for watching. See you guys next week.